Hey guys.
Like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada.
So today I'm gonna be doing a story time. So this story time is gonna be the time that I went to a drug house when I was 12. Let's get into it. First things first, I'm the really sorry, okay. So first things first, I went to my friend, we're gonna call her Brittany. I went to my friend Brittany's house, which is like not even a 2-minute walk from my house. It was during the summer and it was like 6 o'clock or something. The sun was still out. I get there and she had another friend over there. We're gonna call her Jessica, okay? Freaking Jessica. Okay, you know what? I'm not even mad about it anymore. Anyway, so I get there. Brittany was like, okay, we're gonna sneak out. And I was like, I don't know about all that. I don't know if I verbally said it, but I was definitely thinking it. I don't know about all that. So Brittany had me dress up in like this fucking crop top and these booty shorts. And I was like, okay. I didn't really know how to speak up for myself, so I was kind of just like, okay, fine, solid, sick, I guess. So we sneak out of her window and we go into like this alleyway, and at this point it's dark. It is pitch black dark outside. We're in this alleyway and I'm like, we're literally gonna get killed. So we're waiting in the alleyway for this car to come pick us up, and the car ends up parking like on a different street, so we had to walk to a whole different street. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So me, Brittany, and Jessica are walking to the car, and then Brittany's mom is like, Brittany, get back here, like, what do you think you're doing? So I try to go to Brittany's mom because I'm like, this shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. So I'm booking it towards Brittany's mom because I'm like, I am not getting in this car. But Brittany pulls my arm and like pulls me into the car and we drive off. And I'm like, that's the moment when I thought, we're gonna die. I'm gonna die here, and that's it. Like, that's just that. Like, I'm literally gonna die. We're driving. Good thing that it was like a 5-minute drive. They lived at like the apartments that's like right by my house, so it wasn't that long of a drive. The guy who was driving was definitely intoxicated. But the girl in the passenger seat, fucking gone. And I'm not even saying this as like, haha, like she was like intoxicated. Like, no. She was not okay. Like, on the brink of like overdosing. She couldn't even talk. She was barely responsive. So when we got there, we had to like help her up the stairs. I'm pretty sure she fell at one point. Like, they had to help her up the stairs, and I was like, this girl. So we walk upstairs to the apartment. We get into this room. There's other people there. I think there were like 3 other people besides the guy who was driving and the girl in the passenger seat. Me, Brittany, and Jessica are sitting on this couch in this room full of people that I don't fucking know. And I think there were like 20. And I'm sitting here, I'm 12. And my friend Brittany was like 13 and Jessica was older. I think she was like 14 or 15. She was older. I'm sitting there like, okay. So then one of the guys is like, do you want a beer? I'm like, I'm 12. I literally said that, no hesitation. I was like, I'm 12. And he was like, oh. And I was like, yeah. I see the girl that was in the passenger seat snorting lines, doing more lines. And I'm like, I don't think that's the best idea. I really don't think that's the best idea. I think you should calm down on that. I honestly don't even know if that girl's still alive. Like, for all I know, that girl could be dead right now. And I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not even over-exaggerating this story time for, like, entertainment purposes or whatever. I am being dead fucking serious. This girl is not okay. So Jessica asks to see my phone. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you my phone. Just, like, let me put the password in. And she was like, no. Like, give me your password. And I was like, okay. I gave her my password. She's on my phone and I'm like, hey, like, can I have my phone back? She's like, no. I'm like, okay. I never got my phone back. I'll get into that later. Brittany's like, can you guys call us an Uber? And in my head I was like, fucking thank you, Jesus. In my head I was like, okay, so when the Uber gets here, I'm just gonna walk home. Even though I was in like the ghetto area and it was pitch black dark outside and I was wearing a fucking crop top with my fucking ass hanging out, I didn't care. I just wanted to go home at this point. The Uber gets here. I see my mom and Brittany's mom at the bottom of the stairwell. Brittany and Jessica book it to the Uber. My mom grabs my fucking arm out of the socket, almost out of the socket. I'm like crying. I'm like, I literally am so glad you're here right now because I did not want to get in that Uber. I did not want to get in that Uber. I didn't even want to go in the first place. My mom is like, or Brittany's mom was like, do you guys know like where they're, like, do you know where they're going? And I'm like, I think they were going to Jessica's cousin's house, but I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, Jessica still has my phone in the Uber that they speeded off in, so I don't have my phone. We get in the car. Oh, actually, this is a funny fucking thing. This is a little funny thing. The dude that was like driving us there went to my mom and was like, yeah, maybe you can like come around and like have a few drinks with us or whatever. And my mom was like, yeah, totally. We all know that never happened. I get in the car with my mom and Brittany's mom and we're like looking for them because we're like, okay, I kind of like want my phone. Somehow the cops like came. I don't know how all that happened, but the cop, I don't know if my mom told him the whole story, but the cop like shined the light in my eye and like had me follow it to see if I was like intoxicated or whatever. And he was like, you're a good kid, aren't you? And I'm like, I was crying. He was like, you don't do this. I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, I can tell that like you're a good kid. And like, so he didn't do any further testing on me. So I went home after that traumatic little fiasco and I slept it off. I was kind of just like, okay, yeah, cool, that just happened, whatever. Cuddled with my dog, slept it off, still don't have my phone. So my mom goes and finds my iPhone. We track down my phone. It's at Jessica's house. We didn't know it was Jessica's house at the time, but we knew where it was. And we're pulling up by the Target that was kind of like by Jessica's house. I'm like, is that Brittany? I was like, is that Brittany? And my mom was like, oh my god, like what is she doing? And I was like, I don't know. So we pull up by Brittany in front of this Target and we're like, what happened? She was like, I don't know, Jessica's dad kind of just dropped me off here. And I was like, oh. So obviously we let Brittany into our car and we're like driving her and we get to Jessica's house. My mom is going apeshit on Jessica and Jessica's dad came out and like smacked Jessica aside, like on the head really hard. And I was kind of just like, you deserve it, babe. You literally deserve that. Do you want to fucking know what Jessica did? Jessica goes in a bush in her front yard and gets my phone out of the bush. It was in a bush. That shit was in a fucking bush. And then Brittany, when we were on the ride there, was like, oh yeah, by the way, like Jessica factory reset your whole phone. And my brain didn't want to believe it, but deep down I kind of believed it. When I get my phone, the case is fucking gone. And I'm talking to Brittany, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my case? And she was like, oh yeah, Jessica took it off and just threw it somewhere. And I was like, sick. And when I get my phone, the screen turned on. And do you want to know what the screen said? It said hello in different languages. And I didn't know what iCloud was at the time, so I had nothing stored into my iCloud. So everything was gone. Everything was gone. And you can literally go back. I am telling you the fucking truth. You can go back on my channel and scroll through like one of my videos. In one of my videos, I don't explain what happened, but I kind of briefly am like, yeah, like my phone got fucking stolen. That's what I was talking about. Like, I'm literally not making this shit up. After that whole fiasco, I still talk to Brittany. We're still friends. Don't know what Jessica's doing. Don't know what the fuck happened to that girl that I thought was on the verge of dying. She probably is dead. That's the story of the time I went to a drug house when I was 12 years old. I hope you enjoyed Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And when you're done subscribing, make sure to hit the post notification bell right next to the subscribe button to get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. Thank you for watching. Bye!